Tomas Carlsoon, thank you very much for joining me and for attending the ACE CEO conference. Yesterday you were on a panel looking at the market overview and things like that. Do you want to just give us your view on how the market is performing at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's very problematic to talk about market in the way that we normally do it for several reasons. One is that we tend to be either too granular or not enough granular. And too granular in the respect that our industry follows GDP growth, so that would be less granularity. Or we talk about a country or a part of the country, but in reality it means a special part of the profession digging down on a local market. So you need to be more or less granular. The second is that we tend to use introvert market data. We tend to mistake our own achievements for market. So if I win a project, the market is good, and if I lose a project, the market is bad, which is not necessarily so. And we have not enough data to know actually how the market is developing. And the third one is that I think people tend to use discussions around the market as an excuse for not changing, i.e. saying, now the market is a bit slow, but just wait until the market gets better and times will be great again, and they don't do anything. So I prefer not to talk about market in that sense. What I do like to talk about is that we have to acknowledge that the world is changing. You have globalization, you have digitalization, you have urbanization going. We talk about the VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, and we have to adapt to that. But then as an industry, we have a number of things going for us that will be extremely good in the perspective of the market going forward. We have the urbanization, we have the change to a more sustainable society, and then we have professionalization of our customers. So we can provide more of the services than they used to do themselves. Think about the small municipality. Maybe they do one school once every 5 or 10 years. We do many schools every year, so we can provide real knowledge to them.
And moving to the mergers and acquisitions panel session we've just had, what do you think are the major challenges today in undertaking an M&A?
I think that there's an abundance of opportunities for I turn down maybe 2 proposals of acquisitions every week. I think it's important that you really understand what's the purpose of this acquisition that you want to do. Is this in line with your strategy? How are you creating value with that? And take it from there. And then of course you need to make the numbers work, the finances. That's normally the easy part. But then you also need to understand, is this an organization where the operational model is possible to fit with our operational model? And do you have a cultural fit on the organizations, or do we have to change too much to make these organizations work together? And then it comes down to pretty unspectacular stuff like lots of planning, diligent execution, and lots of hard work.
And what do you think the value has been for you and your organisation for the CEO conference the last couple of days? Have you gotten a lot out of the conference?
I think it's a networking aspect. For me, it's the networking aspects. Lots of the analysis you hear about, we do them. We have an own opinion about that. But the networking aspect is actually the biggest value for me.